Oh, thanks.
Well, thanks, you.
So we all stay at the same place in
I
Samoa?
believe so. I'm not sure. I need to check on some of those logistics because, well, our team might be slightly different. We have to figure that out still.
Right.
Wait a minute. I'm flying into Hartford, Connecticut. Are you telling me if I just changed my airport to Logan, I could have got your direct flight?
Well,
Or like
I did a switcheroo, so I kind of later I changed my flights. So I was going to go through LA.
Yeah.
Why would you ever fly to Hartford? Fly to Providence.
Well, because I have to. Well, yeah, I asked for Providence, but something in scheduling ended up in Hartford.
No. Hartford is.
So.
Providence is way better airport.
Yeah.
And I grew up in Connecticut and lived in Rhode Island, so I know.
Either way, I have to go back to the academy for like 3 days.
Right. It just I think Providence is closer to the academy.
It definitely is. It's like an hour away versus 2.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I grew up like 20 minutes from Bradley, actually.
Yeah.
The Hartford Airport.
I'm gonna hang out in Samoa for 4 days.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
But hey, I'll get to see the Fiji airport. So that's cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
Stephen, which island are you going to be on?
On the island, I forget the name right now, but the one with Apia.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't have much planned out. Like, I've debated renting a car.
Do you dive?
I don't dive a ton. I did get certified, but that was like about as far as I got. I love snorkeling.
Well, there's plenty of snorkeling.
Yeah.
There's that swimming hole.
Yep, definitely gonna go to the blue hole.
Tasua.
Yeah, and I like to photograph birds and other wildlife, so I'll probably just
yeah, you're gonna
spend
have
some
so much
time
fun.
in doing that, and probably some time sitting on a beach.
Yeah.
Maybe get a fale for a night or two. Just take it easy.
Yeah.
I would love to spend some extra time, but that's not.
What is extra time?
Yeah, right? It's
Not
like when I say
familiar with that concept.
when I say free time and I'm like, oh, it's not really free. I just kind of had to sacrifice other things to get this time.
That's very interesting perception of time.
Yeah. Well, they, you know how they say, like, there's the triangle. It's your social life, academics, and sleep. Well, at school, you can only pick 2. Well, at the academy, you can only pick 1.
Oh, yeah.
Usually, being the academy, people pick academics. So, sleep and social life kind of go out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are good at balancing it, but it's difficult.
And then it becomes work and social life and sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like this big lie that people think. Like, I remember graduating high school and being like, I'm done. Then you're like, oh, wait, there's 4 more years of school? Are you kidding me? And then, you know, go to the academy, and then everyone has this idea like, oh, I'm done with school finally. It's like, you're still going to be working for the next, 40 plus years of your life. It never goes away. It just changes.
That's why you got to do something that you love to do.
Exactly. Yeah, I was saying, finish up my career in the Coast Guard and come back to Nautilus and be like a 45-year-old nav intern. Hey guys, I'm back. Who are you? I was on, like 23 years ago.
NA111.
Yeah, and they're like, we're like on NA278. Oh no, it would be way more than that.
Way more than that.
Like 5.
999.
Yeah, in the thousands. Because how many are there a year?
It varies, I think.
Well, it's been going since 2009. Probably picked up a number a little bit, but
Yeah,
on average, you figure about
probably like,
so a little over 10.
yeah, 8 to 12, something like that.
Yeah. So let's say, and then on top of that, however they're gonna number the mobile expeditions.
Yeah, I don't know what that's. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, easily into the thousands.
Not as much stuff in the water column over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Oh, I mean, we're coming up to this ridge here.
So the other watches gave up on the cucumber count, huh?
They added 1 to it. I think it's kind of. It's just.
It's getting,
We understand now. It's a lot. There's a lot of sea cucumbers.
yeah.
Yeah, for the people following us, we've been counting sea cucumbers.
like
just
2
for
now,
fun.
isn't it?
It looks like it, yeah.
Just for fun. Well, we
Steve,
keep
you can put
scanning
that
the
picture
area.
slideshow back up there.
I have no idea where that came from, but I'll try to find it.
Oh no.
Hey, Valerie, you're pretty quiet again.
Now?
Oh,
That's
Yeah, oh,
better.
yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Sorry, I don't think we heard you before when you were talking.
Yeah, I was just telling our followers that we've been counting sea cucumbers.
Pelagic sea cucumber.
Pelagic
Yes.
sea cucumbers. Thanks.
Maybe even benthopelagic, but
Oh no.
We're not sure about that. But yeah.
We're just gonna leave it.
Slideshow has replaced do.
Ah, there it is. Thank you.
I think sometimes it can be better when you don't get too specific with biology. Like Wendy, weren't you saying with the googly-eyed?
Yeah, we
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't know
When
who.
I was on watch for that, and then we had like a bunch of people that were not biologists. It was actually mostly engineers in the van, I think, at the time. And we were like, oh, someone was like, oh, I think it's a cuttlefish. So everyone was calling it a cuttlefish, and then they later identified it as like a stubby squid or something.
Yeah.
So this video went viral, and we're all calling it the wrong thing.
Oh.
Making fun of it and calling it
Yep.
a child's toy.
It was like 3:30 in the morning.
No, I still
Yeah.
think that's what
We're
made it
humans.
the best.
That was
You know,
me.
because I was saying, like, when I had seen that, I didn't even know it was Nautilus at that point. There's a lot of things that I didn't notice were actually Nautilus when you see these, like, highlight clips just out of context. And, like, before you see it and, you know, you're like, oh, yeah, they're looking at science and there's a bunch of scientists talking about science stuff, but not, like, having that technical knowledge. That was,
Right.
like, the first one I really identified with, where it was just a bunch of people talking about what they were seeing, and I thought it was really funny.
That's what I feel like sometimes people think we're all these like super like, you know, like biologist PhDs, and it's like some of us are like students, and
Students
we all
and
have very different
engineers
backgrounds, so
and-
we know very different information.
Totally.
Yeah, I remember, I mean, last cruise, we had Jamie in the back as data logger, and she was our, like, biology connection, but besides that, it was engineers, like, all of us in the front row that just had, like, an affinity for that stuff, but no degree necessarily. in biology and some geologists. And so she was like the one reason why we weren't just going around
Yep.
completely botching everything that we saw.
Yeah, like when you do it enough, you start to learn some of the things that you see all the time.
Oh, I learned
But
so much.
It's, yeah.
That's great. So, do we expect to finish the grid in less than 2 hours, more or less, right?
I'd say about 2 hours.
That's how
and
long
then-
our turn takes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I mean-
probably be through the turn and the last line in about 2 to 3 hours.
So-
2.5 or 3.
We were talking about how long the turn took, and then I was thinking about it. The ship is holding position, but technically Argus is still on the line.
Yeah, it's not the ship that takes a long time. It's Argus
Yeah.
catching up to
Yeah.
it and then turning. Yeah.
So I'm still counting this as Argus tracking the line.
yeah, you're not
Yeah.
turning yet.
Yeah.
yeah.
This will be a quicker turn.
We'll see.
And
Challenge accepted.
then we're gonna look farther.
Yes.
Right.
We set up some generally north-south lines on the western side of this grid. So really, where we truly think if the wreckage was going northeast, that with a northeast wind and current and stuff, where it would be originating from. So we want to search the area where we think all that debris would have originated from.
Perfect.
So are we gonna put bets on pizza for dinner?
Oh,
Pizza?
do you think it's gonna be? Did you
No.
put in a request?
No.
Yeah, you should have.
No.
What makes you think it would be? Is that like a birthday thing?
No. I just remember you guys were talking about it a few days ago and it wasn't. And so I thought
Oh,
it'd be funny
yes,
to
because
bring
we
it up
don't.
again.
I
Yeah.
feel like they do that more often at lunch.
I
but
like the
could be
I like the
wrong.
little breakfast pizzas with the peppers and cheese on them.
Oh yeah, yep, those are good. Yeah, I don't know who has the touch. You can just mention stuff and it'll show up.
No,
Emily
not me.
Ballard.
I mean, yeah, but she's been on board for all the years now, and yeah, she was a big help. I remember last day she went and talked to them because she's friends with a lot, like all the crew, and got us Sundays, not on a Sunday.
Oh my god.
So that was, yeah.
Oh, we're not going to be here on a Sunday. I don't
Yeah,
think.
no.
Really?
I think we got on board on a Monday, didn't we? I
No,
don't
wasn't
remember.
the first day?
No,
Oh, the first day was a Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
that's
ice cream
right.
bars.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Yep.
The first day was a Sunday, yep. That's right.
We were just a little caught up at dinner with events
Yeah, I was a little
going on.
busy.
Speaking of food, besides Steve and me that we don't eat mammals, do you guys have
Bridge,
any food?
Oh yeah, you don't want this list to start. There's a lot of food I don't like.
What was that?
You don't want me to start going down that list. There's a lot of food I don't like.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of. I mean, there's obviously like food that you just you're like, I don't want to eat that.
Like, I don't eat seafood, but it's just because I don't like seafood.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Dietary restrictions.
So it's not
Yeah.
environmental reasons or anything?
No, I don't have any reasons like that behind anything.
No
Mhm.
qualms.
I don't eat
Uh,
cephalopods.
Aw.
Actually, me
I'm
neither.
pretty
Support
against
that.
eating that
'Cause
too.
they're cute.
Because they're gross.
They're
Oh, well,
too-
there's...
Well,
To eat.
okay.
Totally different reason from the biologist.
I just think octopus are so intelligent that I
They
feel
are
bad
just so
eating them.
amazing.
But yeah, I mean, I don't get a lot of options when I'm at the academy because it's catered. So it is what it is. They do have a lot of vegetarian options. Yeah.
The only food I'm like really against for a moral reason is shark fin soup.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. How about veal or foie gras?
About what?
Foie gras.
What is
I don't know
foie
if that
Foie
is.
gras is a liver from a force-fed duck.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
What?
Oh, sorry. What
Which
the
is-
heck?
Oh, you never
No
heard
one
of
That's-
heard that.
I mean, I've heard of the, like, I never knew what it was. That's...
Well, we talked about how I don't like liver already. That's a weird.
But that's actually
Hold on,
good.
that's a weird target in the sonar.
I think it's the wall that we're coming up to.
Yeah, we're
that? Yeah. It
Okay.
looks.
Do you
I
look
agree.
in
It looks a
the-
bit funny, but it is on. It's the rise.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
we'll see it in a minute here.
No, it looks funny.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We've started coming to the side.
But why would you force feed a duck?
To make its liver fatty.
That's gross.
Yeah.
It's
It's
Actually,
really.
like, it's good.
Oh,
Foie
it's
gras
oh
is
yeah, I'm
delicious.
sure.
But it
Sure,
is
it tastes
really,
good.
really
It is
cool
good.
to do.
I don't eat animals. I mean, like, now I eat them, but at the time that I tried foie gras, I was not eating any animal, and I actually liked it.
I mean, I love the taste of meat. Yeah, so, but I'm sure it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems wrong
Yeah, no, that counts.
to me.
I guess it's all a cultural thing sometimes.
Mm.
It's a little bit something funky looking.
Oh, yeah. There's like two little lines of
Little
rock.
ridge.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it is just the ridge.
Yeah.
Wow, when I stand right here, it's particularly cold. Oof.
Oh, right under, yeah, right under the AC. When I first looked over there, I saw the 20 up there on what it's reading. I'm like, don't you guys think that's a little cold? Then I realized that was probably
Celsius.
Celsius.
Yeah, I'm terrible with that conversion.
It's 17 over here.
Wow,
But it's not actually 7.
that's freezing.
Yeah.
No, it's
No, it's
actually
not. Zero is freezing.
it's actually like 80 degrees Fahrenheit over here, according to this thermometer. But it's not where I'm sitting.
Oh, with the all the computer
Yeah.
equipment.
In the deck camera, I see that the stretched yellow tape for where they've painted, and I thought for a moment that it was like Herc's tether being pulled really taut, and I was like, oh no! But it's just the warning tape for the painting.
Yeah, they're on a painting frenzy right
Yeah,
now.
they've been going nuts.
They're everywhere.
The amount of like, I mean, obviously it takes a lot of work to keep
There's
this
somebody in there.
boat
Bobby Argus.
up to
Is that Dan?
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah, he's then
But
pushing all
it's
the buttons.
incredible
It's like,
how
You know
much.
don't
Oh,
push
you
the
guys
button.
probably don't know this. Well, Wendy might. Were you here when we had to do the power duty?
The what?
Power? Like during launches and recoveries? Power was like a job?
In the cabinet?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh man. So yeah, it was when it was before Ruben, because he's the one who put a camera in that room, or had video put a camera in the room. We would actually, one person who was part of the launch recovery team would have a radio and sit in the room to turn power on and off, and then to monitor the leakage.
Oh. I mean, we sometimes would do that just like, but there was always a camera in there.
No, yeah, there wasn't for like the first 5 or 6 years.
Oh, okay.
So it was always funny, like, we should have, putting a camera in there is kind of a brilliant idea. But it was always, so someone just goes in there and turns it on, then you turn it on up here, obviously. But it used to be someone would have to sit in there the whole time during a launch and recovery.
I'm gonna lose my turn again. They're gonna take it from me. At like the same point too. This is tragic.
You're really kind of fixate on things, turns and cucumbers.
I got so many things to do right now. And you just named 50% of them.
We have a question about how do we compensate for the ship's heave?
Well, unfortunately, right now we're not. So the way we normally do it is that Argus is designed to take up the heave of the ship, so that Hercules, which is tethered to it, isn't affected by the ship's motions, and it can do sampling and sits still as when we're filming stuff on the seafloor.
Mhm.
So right now you can see the sort of wiggly pattern in between the black and the yellow in the sonar. That's from the ship's heave, and Argus just moves up and down with the ship because it's negative. It's heavy in the water, and so we can't really compensate for that in the sonar. It's just one of the things that Argus does, and other deep tow sonars are like that. There's so much weight of the cable in the water that it's hard to compensate for. Sometimes they'll put a clump weight down, so the sonar actually is connected to a weight, and it rides behind the weight, and then the weight's the one that goes to the ship's heave, and then the sonar doesn't as much, but you still get some of it. So towing anything deep is quite a difficult task.
Mhm. Yeah, I bet. Mhm. What's the name of the software that you use when you process the images that come from the sonar?
There's quite a few. The one I'm using right now is called SonarWiz. Then there's Keras. There's Flater. Well, Flater Mouse is for multibeam, but Keras does bathymetry and side scan. There's Triton ISIS. There's a whole variety of them. There's some free softwares that aren't very good. So there's a bunch of them.
Mhm. Okay.
We're just about at the end of the line, and Argus is starting to come over.
All right, I'll get ready to do a turn file.
Yeah.
Or I'll just do it now. Turn. I'm actually not processing the turn files. When I'm downstairs, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, especially when we've done a couple like straight lines over our turn areas, which I feel like would be a lot better than trying to figure out.
Yeah, it's just I've found enough things during turns that I'd rather record it than not, but I don't need to bring it into the coverage mapper and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know about multi-beam, sub-bottom profiling, and side scan. Are there other types of sonar that is common to use?
I mean, there's the basic one, which is similar to the sub bottom, but it's a little bit of a higher frequency, so it doesn't go into the sediment as far, and that's just your typical single beam fish finder. It just gives you the depth below a ship, and most ships have them just for navigation purposes. Those are the main ones, though. There's sector scanning sonars like the one we have up here.
There's like towed arrays and stuff, but that's more like, I don't know, Navy.
Yeah, those are like the
stuff.
main separate types, but then there's like all sorts of types of fusions. Like there's like the 3D multi-beam that's live, which is the Coda Octopus that we talked about last watch, and then there's like a synthetic aperture sonar, which is like a 3D side. There's like a 3D side scan exists. There's a whole bunch of different things. Hello, Dee Dee. We're just beginning a turn.
Hey, folks.
Mike was a little upset that you took his console away.
We have a very strong breather apparently. So maybe it is me actually. Let me check.
See, I was saying if enough of our viewers messaged in to say happy birthday to Mike, like once we get over 50, I feel like right then we're gonna find this a little quicker. We should just start like a running tally for everyone that says happy birthday.
He was saying that he was hoping you'd find something on line 17 because it's the 17th, but then we didn't. But there are a lot of coincidences going around.
Oh, this is an interesting rocky field. It was like super flat earlier.
Yeah, it's just this, if you look at high pack.
Yeah, you guys are on a rise, right?
Yep. Little plateau here.
Interesting.
A lot of rocks.
A lot of rocks.
Bridge, Nav. Go ahead and change heading as needed. Go ahead. Yes, please.
So Mike just stepped out of the van. He's having dinner. So I'll pass the happy birthday wishes when he's back. And thanks for following us.
Sort of Rorschach test for everyone on comms right now. What do you think of what we're seeing on the starboard side on side scan sonar?
Just rocks.
What does it look like to you? What does it speak to you?
Oh, that's a ramen factory.
Were they actually
Noodles,
hand
noodles.
stretching noodles?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I kind of see fries, just because it's so
Fries?
bright yellow.
Mustard.
That too. All of these are food.
Yes. So it's time to eat.
I wonder if it's pizza tonight.
Summer, you just keep saying
I
that.
know, because I want it to be true.
Has that ever been true?
Yeah, they make pizza. They really
Okay.
good pizza.
You should just ask.
Just hasn't been true in the last 4 days.
I bet if you ask, they'll be like, sure, we'll make pizza.
Peyton,
Yes.
one of our followers says that
Go ahead.
it's long golden strands of hair on a giant sea monster taking a
Ooh.
nap.
Very nice. Luscious flowing hair.
Mm-hmm. Peyton is actually a very great artist. He is drawing every part of our adventure in like a comic style, and we'll be posting those awesome drawings in our social media, so keep following us.
Thanks, Valeria.
Oh, you're welcome.
I just have had a lot of time because our last couple watches have been pretty uneventful.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thanks for all our followers that have been like bearing with us and being patient, and yeah, this is science.
Hope to have something exciting for all of you soon.
Wow, how was that?
Did someone
Remy,
ask you a question you didn't want
what's
to
going
answer?
on?
It's the Kraken. One of our followers says that. It's the
Yeah.
Kraken. This.
See that yet, Summer?
We have our own Kraken. His name is Ed, and he's on top of everything.
That would have to be the flamboyant shrimp. Squidward. Oh, flamboyant Squidward.
Flamboyant Squidward.
Thank you. I remember I stole that once. We are doing the good work down here, looking for Our plane.
We'll find it.
Just wish I had one of those remotes. Beep beep.
Welcome to the people on the Philippines and Portugal and China that just signed in and started following us.
How many languages do we know of the countries that are? Do you have the country list again?
Yes.
All right. United States, hello. United Kingdom, hello. New Zealand, hello. Portugal, I don't know. Obrigado. You know any Portuguese
Bom
at all?
dia.
Bom dia.
Bom dia.
Philippines, I don't know Tagalog. Tagalog. Anybody here speak Tagalog?
Nope.
Unfortunately.
China, I'm going to assume Cantonese.
Ni hao.
So ni hao. Or
Ni
Mandarin, ni hao ma. Canada, hello eh. Australia, hi. G'day. Yeah.
It's great to have you with us. We're still scanning the area where the crash of the American American Samoan
I
clip.
did that
Oh
the
my
other
God!
day too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need
caught it
some
the
food.
American clipper, yeah.
Yeah, we're still scanning the area. We still have a couple hours to finish our grid, and we're gonna do some more scanning apparently.
Yeah. Find this
So-
plane for Mike's birthday present.
Yay!
Dan, did you know that Australia was the site of a mutiny under William Bligh? After the bounty, he A, went back and did get the breadfruit, and then B, was made governor of the colony in Australia and ruled over yet another mutiny. Not the most distinguished career. Although after the mutiny on the Bounty, his voyage in the longboat was the longest uncharted navigation. Held that record for centuries, I think, decades.
Oh, I see the shadow. There's a little cable, but there's something in the shadow.
Let's see.
Yeah. Do you have a direct line to Bobby Argus, or should I?
Hey, Bobby, what are you doing down there?
Yeah. See? Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and say we should start moving.
Alright.
You're still kind of swinging a bit north, but we'll,
Is this line 21?
this will be line 21.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Bridge. Roger that. Let's proceed along the selected line, bearing 260. Thank you. Did you catch that data? The ship is starting the line now?
Yes.
Okay.
Already logged.
Oh.
And then there's also something, there's also a shadow.
Yeah, sort of a shadow ridge on the starboard side.
Yeah, I don't know where it's the shadow from. Yeah, like you'll see in the heave just there, right there. See just like the general light change. Something behind the, I don't know what that is.
Feel free to turn the light on if you want, or turn it so the signal's not very good anyways.
Oh, you mean the
If you,
light?
yeah, I don't know if you were seeing something.
I don't think it'll help, but thank you.
Okay, cool.
Can't hear you, Wendy. You're not talking to anybody. That's why.
Diddy, we have a question about how intact we expect to find the wreckage.
So, based upon reports of a local who was out, we believe that the wing section, the 118-foot long wing that sat atop the fuselage, or the sort of boat-like hull shape, might be intact. They report seeing that floating on the surface of the water before eventually sinking. So that is our hope, that when we do find it, that will be intact, or mostly intact. The status of the rest of the hull, or I guess you call it a hull for a plane, we're not quite sure. It did have an explosion that ultimately caused the plane to go down, so that is one of the things that we're going to be looking at when we find it, is the level of you know, how intact or how broken up, and how large is the debris field.
Thank you. Yeah, we're about 12 miles away from the coast right now, to the north of Pago Pago in American Samoa. And keep scanning the area. It seems like my colleagues forgot that I needed to eat, perhaps.
Do you need, I can cover that if you want to go eat. I've done it before.
I imagine the birthday celebration is going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should go.
Yeah, I've got this. Can you just leave it back on the questions?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. They
Very good.
played the birthday song.
Thank you.
And
I'll see you
people
guys
were
in
waiting around
in a
to
little
cut
bit.
cake, I think, when I came up.
Yeah, I know Rebecca's waiting for that cake.
What's on top of the cake?
Skittles.
Well, that's the last 3 birthdays.
Yep. They must have a
Marshmallows?
no marshmallows. They must have a stash they're trying to use up.
Yeah. Not a Skittles fan. No offense to the Skittles Corporation.
It's a weird flavor to have on a cake.
Yeah,
Oh.
like the texture
Refrigerated
doesn't
too,
really.
so they're like,
I ate a
Like
cake.
M&Ms maybe, but like Skittles, it's a hard like candy.
Yeah, M&M for sure, but
Yeah.
I ate a cake last year that was, or a year before, that was like a Carmen Miranda hat. It was all fruit and stuff.
Yeah, I
like good
remember
fruit,
that.
like bananas and coconuts and stuff.
Ooh.
So,
Ed, I gotta thank you for that time error tip you were talking about.
oh yeah, like down in your stateroom or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, stop playing.
had no idea.
I do that all the time because Mike gets off watch at 8 p.m. So I set a timer to stop the music
Yeah.
before he comes down to go to sleep. Yeah, I like to go down and put on my sleep playlist. So looking forward to seeing this plane.
The anticipation just makes it sweeter.
Yeah. I like this approach we're taking though. Just stay the course, stay steady. Look in the next most logical area.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a holiday to clean up too. That's a possibility as well. Oh, who's on the... Is that you? Oh. Oh, of course it is, yeah. Yeah, that's good. A lot more rock than sediment here.
Yep. Are we still doing 260 lines?
Yes, this will be the last 260.
Roger. Yeah, I thought Summer said she still had left me 10 degrees of heading to change, but we're already there, so.
Yeah. I mean, the ship is a lot. The ship's at like 27280, but the line is 260.
No, but we're set to 260, so.
Perfect.
We're ready to go.
We're on our way.
Well, good evening. Nice. Nice.
Looks like we've got some storms coming in.
Yes, indeed.
I saw that.
I always seem to get trapped outside in them.
Yeah, you said that last time.
Yeah.
and then did.
Yeah.
It's not like stuck outside. It's like someone's holding the door. Like, no, he can't come in.
Oh, Ed's trying to get in. No, let's get him as wet as possible.
I was texting my daughter about that this morning. I'm trying to see what she asked if there had been some cool thunderstorms here, and I said, nah, but I did have to get caught in a downpour like the one from The Notebook. She said, was it as romantic as in the movie? I said, not quite. It's me and some Ukrainian dudes.
Oh, man. I like the downpour scene in Daredevil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like where he could see her because the rain was giving off sound. That actually was one of the few well-done parts of that movie.
Yeah.
That and her training sequence with, to Evanescence. I like that scene too.
Oh, yeah.
With the sandbags.
There's not many, but there's a couple good instances that Evanescence actually like fits.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just kind of.
Well, both of the songs in Daredevil were really good, well placed, and kind of launched their career. Yeah.
What's going on with your turn there?
I don't know. I handed it off to them, and they made an M out of it.
It's not very good.
It's for Mike.
M for Mike.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one line going down, so it could be B for birthday.
Turn.
Or for Brennan.
Oh, that's true.
It's all of it.
It's hard to plan with USBL's
Yeah.
random thing.
Could also be a 13 or a 3. But
Maybe it's a sign telling you where to look for the plane.
it's not an arrow.
But if it's a number.
It's a code.
It's back. Well,
What is the USBL trying to tell us?
let's see.
What are you even looking for?
I think we've all spent too much time in this van.
There's the southern lines, I think, are 3s, aren't they?
Isn't
30s? Yeah, 31, 30 through 36. Oh, target 30 and 31.
line 13 is right next to the target we had dropped for
Oh, yeah, 19.
the
canoe.
ship's sighting, or
The ship's that.
the oil slick. Isn't that what the one labeled Samoa
yeah,
Clipper
yeah,
is?
yeah. Well, we don't actually know what that was. It's
Oh,
the
they don't
it's
say
the
what
coordinate that was
source.
no, it was the coordinate that was in the historical report, or the incident report, but we don't know if that was where the slick was, if it was where they picked up debris, if it was based on witness accounts. There's no discussion of what that coordinate was based on.
There's a nice fish in the Argus cam.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look at that.
It's biology.
It's biology.
And so I talked to Megan, who talked to Russ and others, and we think that the western lines are more priority than the southern lines, so we're going to do those first, and then, so we're not going to do the big L-shaped turns.
Okay. Got it.
Can I have the grid paper?
Yeah.
Wait,
Another-
can you say that again? We're doing the
Figured we could
southernmost
make a
line
really
or the
sporting
western?
one
West
and
lines.
start
West
it
lines?
tonight.
Is that a new one?
Oh, they did one. What's this? These are words.
Oh yeah, they just did a word bingo.
Boring.
They've done a. Oh no, that's ours. I was gonna say they've done a couple.
What's going on in here?
It's it's the nav notebook
Or just about back on the line.
or scribble pad.
Yeah, I'm watching. Thank you. Where's the? Oh yeah, actually, they didn't start? Okay, I'm going to start the. So this is line 21.
Yes.
Line 21 and loggings.
Oh no. Oh no.
What'd you do?
I messed it up.
Should just trace the other one.
That sounds bad out of context. He messed up drawing his square.
Well, I can't mess
Well, you know
anything
he
else
doesn't
up. I
have
haven't got
anything
any.
else
He doesn't have
I
a
got
job.
anything to do here.
Sometimes forget gauges.
It's really steep here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming down off of it.
We'll get back to it in a minute, and it's a decently observable terrain.
Looks like I'm paying out and my altitude is getting larger.
So one of our viewers asked if Argus continues to dive through thunderstorms.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's already wet.
By the time we got up to the surface, the storm would probably be gone anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, these are really small squalls. The only time that rain or wet or storms affect operations are if it's during a launch or recovery. And I mean, we can do that in the rain, but thunderstorms is less safe. The bigger concern with storms coming through is that the winds and the waves can pick up, which can keep us from being able to hold position as well. But yeah, if rain squalls go through, we just keep going.
In the last 7 minutes, the winds have increased 8 knots.
So what are we at now?
18.
Okay. Yeah, there's something coming, but it'll probably blow